Okay, so the first step with long and synthetic division is to find a factor. So you do a little bit of guess and check. So typically we start with plus and minus 1. So you start by trying to plug in plus or minus 1, and the goal is to get a remainder of 0, because if we get a remainder of 0, we know that that's a factor. So if I start by plugging in 1, what's 1 to the power of 3? 1. Okay, so 1 minus 13 plus 12. What's 1 minus 13? Negative 12. And what's negative 12 plus 12? 0. Okay, so that tells me that with a factor of 1, I get that remainder of 0 that I want. So if the factor that I'm plugging in is 1, so factor of 1 gives me the remainder of 0. If the factor that I'm plugging in is 1, what is my binomial factor? X minus 1. Good. So x minus 1 is going to be the factor that I use here. All right, flip your page to the back side. So I'm just going to walk you through long division now, okay? So the first example that's here, we did yesterday, found the factors for that yesterday. So we found that the factor for this one was negative 1, which means that the binomial factor was x plus 1. We're going to take that x plus 1, and we are going to divide it out of the expression that's here. So 2x cubed minus 5x squared minus 4x plus 3. And this is the way that you show that, okay? So you write your binomial factor at first, you kind of draw a line next to it, you write your dividend underneath, aka the expression, you write that underneath and a line over top of it. Kind of looks like a square root sign. Okay, and then because we are dividing, so think 2x cubed is my first term in the dividend, and x is my first term in the divisor. So what's 2x cubed divided by x? 2x squared. So I'm going to write that 2x squared on top. Now watch. After I figure out what that first term is that I'm going to write on top, now I take this x plus 1 and I multiply it by that 2x squared. So x times 2x squared is 2x cubed. And 1 times 2x squared is positive 2x squared. I know you're not familiar with long division, but the way long division works is after I get my first set of factors, so after I've multiplied, then what you want to do is you want to subtract. So whatever you have on top by whatever you have on the bottom. So I have an entire expression, 2x cubed minus 5x squared minus 4x plus 3. I'm going to subtract that by the factors that I just found, 2x cubed and 2x squared. So 2x cubed minus 2x cubed is 0. That's good. That's what we want. Negative 5x squared minus 2x squared is negative 7x squared. So far? Okay. Now negative 7x squared is the next term I want to make. All right? So that negative 7x squared, or what's left, I guess you could think of it that way, is then going to be divided by that first term out in front. So what's negative 7x squared divided by x? Negative 7x. So that negative 7x will go on top. And then again, I'm going to take this x plus 1 and I'm going to times it by negative 7x. So x times negative 7x is negative 7x squared. And 1 times negative 7x is negative 7x. Sorry. I said negative 7x, but then I wrote the wrong thing. It's because I was thinking a step ahead, sorry. Then, same as before, I want to take my original expression and I want to subtract what I've now made. So I'm going to take this original expression, all right? But really all that's left from that original expression is the like term, right? Well, technically the plus 3 is still there too, but I'm going to take that like term and I'm going to carry it down. Okay, so technically we're still taking that entire original expression and subtracting the binomial that we just made. But really all you want to think about is you're going to carry down the like term. So we had that negative 7x on the end here. Here, let me erase what I just carried down so you can actually watch the process. We had this negative 7x on the end. I look up at my original expression and I want to carry down the like term. The like term is the x, so I'm going to carry down that negative 4x from the original expression. And now I'm going to subtract them again. So negative 7x squared minus negative 7x squared is 0. That's good. That's what we want. And then negative 4x minus negative 7x. Pay attention to your signs here. What's negative 4x minus negative 7x? Positive 3x. Good. This is what's left, and this is going to be the next thing that I use to find my next piece of the quotient. Libby? From negative 4? What? I do. Yes. Those aren't like terms, so they don't combine. You're taking the top expression and subtracting the bottom expression. So on top, we have negative 7x squared, and you're minusing negative 7x squared. That makes 0. 2 minuses do make a plus, so you have negative 7x squared plus 7x squared. No, it's all right. We just weren't speaking the same language at first. Okay, so then we have 3x down here, and then 3x is going to be the next factor that I want to make. But basically, you're just taking that 3x, think of it as your remainder, and I'm going to divide it by that x that's out in front here. So what's 3x divided by x? 3. So I'm going to write that plus 3 on top. And then again, I'm going to take that x plus 1, and I'm going to times it by 3. So x times 3 is 3x, and 1 times 3 is 3. I want to take any like terms from the original expression, and I want to bring them down. Here's where it's fun. What's 3x plus 3 minus 3x plus 3? 0. Yay, that means we did it right. We should get a remainder of 0 if we did it right. So my two factors are this divisor here, x plus 1, and the quotient that we got on top, 2x squared minus 7x plus 3. 2x squared minus 7x plus 3, we can then factor using decomp. What multiplies to give 6 but adds for negative 7? Minus 6x and minus 1x. Good. Common factor. Yay. Now, my friends, is 3 factors for something that we didn't know how to factor to start.